So on Tuesday, Democrats in Virginia held a midterm referendum election to decide the fate of our elections nationwide and to preserve democracy. And the response from Republicans has been absolutely hilarious. As you may have known, just this Tuesday, there was a rather unconventional amendment put on the ballot for Virginians to vote for, forcing a redistricting, a redrawing of Virginia's district maps to tip the scales in favor of Democrats ahead of the 2026 cycle and to give us an advantage and a leg up in the treacherous political environment Donald Trump and his administration have subjected us to. And in the end, Democrats ended up securing the victory with a majority yes vote. Trump's response to this was about what you would expect from Trump, calling any election he doesn't win a rigged election. And he also put the little cherry on top by casting further doubt on our electoral process by calling the mail-in ballots frauds. Remind me, isn't he the same person who said this?
All I want to do is this. I just want to find 11,780 votes.
But something else I'd like to make note of on Donald Trump's post is when he said, quote, "In addition to everything else, the language on the referendum was purposefully unintelligible and deceptive. As everyone knows, I'm an extraordinarily brilliant person, and even I had no idea what they were talking about in the referendum, and neither do they." Sure, Donald, I guess, bro. Starting a war with Israel against Iran, where Iran then consequently closes the Strait of Hormuz, with the U.S. being unable to predict the fact that they were going to close the Strait of Hormuz, even though that's been a common battle tactic of Iranian warfare since forever, jacking up gas prices domestically, knowing you have midterms in November, which is great for public perception, by the way. You then enter peace negotiations, where Iran then exits the peace negotiations, and then instead of trying to rekindle the peace negotiations, you
impose a blockade on the same Strait of Hormuz you're trying to open.
I guess in the world of Trump and Republicans, that is just a stroke of strategic genius. But aside from that, what Donald Trump said about the language used in the referendum is exactly what Republicans in Virginia are arguing before the Virginia Supreme Court. What Virginia Republicans are alleging before the Virginia Supreme Court is that the language used in the referendum amendment is intentionally and illegally misleading when it says that it will restore fairness in our elections. And they're also claiming that Democrats didn't follow the proper constitutional procedure to pass an amendment like this. So as for now, we are yet to pass the finish line, with the Virginia Supreme Court yet to provide a final decision on whether the amendment can pass, and other redistricting efforts taking place and picking up speed in Florida, for example. It's not going so well, though. Now, allow me to remind you of the reason we're doing this. We're not doing this because Democrats decided to wake up one day and manifest their Trump derangement syndrome. No. It is because Republicans think that calling up Greg Abbott to secure 5 seats is a corrective step in our democracy. It is because Donald Trump and his cronies insist on starting wars with foreign nations for no reason whatsoever, going back on their campaign promises and their promises to the American people. We vote so that our politicians serve us instead of the other way around, because anything other than that is a grave insult to the American system and the will of the American people.